This message, yo, I'm going to try to deliver it as smoothly as possible, but it's such a big message, like to the point I had to hold crystals to like ground myself as I'm delivering this message, because when I say you are an alchemist, you are a master manifester, you are infinite abundance, like you have went through awakening after awakening after awakening. But this last awakening, or you're going to be going through this last awakening soon, is going to be such a pivotal point in your journey. You have finally understood and comprehended and integrated the thought of you are a soul here having a human experience. And I know that sounds so simple, but actually understanding what that means creates infinite possibilities, infinite abundance. Like you hear all these terms, alchemist and Merkaba and manifestation and spiritual journey. You hear all of these terms, but for the first time in this lifetime, you actually understand and know what that means and how much power you hold. You understand that it was never about escaping this human experience. It was never about pushing down those emotions and those things that you were feeling. It was about feeling them and integrating them into your existence, into your reality, into your purpose. Those emotions, those things that you are feeling are fueling you to drive in this world. It's driving you to pursue what you genuinely desire. And the more you go towards the things that you desire, the more in alignment you are living, the more easier things are happening for you. And now that you know that's what life is all about, was just about living in alignment, and you can see that the agenda was to make you live out of alignment, for you to feel disorganized, diseased, you are calling back your power. Like before I started this reading, I was really called to meditate with rose quartz, right? So I had five big pieces of rose quartz as I was meditating, right? And I wasn't sure why Spirit wanted me to do it with rose quartz, but now I understand that it is about self-love. It is about understanding and realizing that everything you are projecting into the world is simply a reflection of something you are feeling internally. And now that you have that understanding, you can heal. You can see the areas of life that you need to heal more. For example, if you're someone who naturally judges someone, that's because you're judging yourself. If you're someone who is naturally angry with a lot of things, a lot of external things, that's because you're angry with yourself. And this isn't a place of judgment. This is a place for us to learn and grow and to really step into the divine beings that we are. Because and as I talk to y'all, I'm talking to myself. This is a collective. We are the 144s. We are the light workers. We are the ascended ones here, okay? Nothing here is to judge you or make you feel bad, because it's not about that. Everything is neutral. Nothing is good or bad. It just is what it is. And the more you can shift your mindset to things just being what it is and not labeling things as bad or good, the more you can just exist and be authentically yourself. And the closer you get to alignment. We have the Knight of Wands come out. We have I feel like the Four of Wands is going to pop out so bad. But let's see what's going to come out here. We have the Two of Wands. What'd I say? The Four of Wands. All right, we'll take that. Thank you, Spirit. The Strength card, the Emperor, the King of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. I know I said this in another reading, but it just goes to reiterate that you are in a divine marriage with the universe. You are realizing that everything you seek externally is because it's internal. Okay, so with the Two of Wands coming out here, you're really changing your perspective. You see him holding the world. You are realizing that the world, the elements that make up the world, are the same elements that make up you. And because you are understanding that, you realize you're at this place where you're realizing how magical and powerful the world is, right? I always use this reference. When we cut the grass, we don't have to tell it to grow back. The grass just grows back, right? The leaves, the trees, we don't have to tell the trees to go through their cycles. We don't have to say, hey, it's the time of the year where you shed your leaves. Okay, now this is the time where you grow back. Like, no, it just knows what it's supposed to do. And that's the magic of earth. That is the magic of life. And now that you are realizing that these elements that are outside of you are so magical, and then you realize that you're made up with the same elements, you're made up with earth, water, fire, air, are really realizing how powerful of an alchemist that you are, and realizing that once you connect to yourself and you step into alignment, you don't need outside validation. You don't need outside guidance. You don't need people to tell you what to do, because you inherently know what to do. That is a part of your soul makeup. It is a part of your design. So you are stripping away everything that has told you that you were wrong, everything that has told you that you were bad. And they've done this so many ways that attack our subconscious mind, right? So for instance, with WEED, right? They say it's illegal to do, right? Well, some places it's legal now, but other places they have said it's illegal to do. So, but even though you're going to still partake in it, but every time you partake in it, your subconscious mind, you're telling yourself you're doing something bad. So you program yourself as being a bad person, when it's just the fact of it's in action. It is an action, and every action has a reaction, right? So for you taking that action, for some people, it helps them with nausea. That is the reaction of it. Or other people, the reaction of it could be feeling more creative, because you are suppressing the loud thoughts that are telling you you're not enough. Everything is just a reaction. Nothing is good or bad. Everything just exists as it is, right? So even when it comes to eating, and I don't even want to say eating badly, because that is shaping an idea around it. It's forming judgment around something, right? So you can say eating something that is unhealthy. That is a statement and a fact, right? If something is not healthy for you, if you eat that, it doesn't make you a bad person. It just gives you the reactions of gaining weight, clogging your arteries, a lot of the chemicals nowadays, they affect your endocrine system. They affect your energetic aura, your energetic body field, right? And that doesn't make you a bad person. That is just the fact of what happens. If you eat a piece of fruit, that helps you receive nutrients that you need to function, right? So instead of labeling everything as good and bad, just look at it for what it is. And the fact that you have understood how to look at things for what they actually are is in return, your understanding to look at yourself that way. Now that you are removing your external judgment of the world, you are stopping judging yourself. Wow. That was beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. And you know what, in turn, you know what that's going to do? That is going to solve the anxiety. That is going to solve the perfectionism. That is going to solve the fears. That is going to help you show up and just be in places that you're meant to be. Now, when you have a thought of, oh, I should go here, you're not going to question, oh, is this a good or a bad idea? You're just going to do it because you know it needs to be done, and you can trust yourself now. You have developed trust within yourself because you have learned to stop judging yourself. You have learned to stop calling yourself a bad person. We have been conditioned this way since we were young. When you do something good, you get rewarded. When you do something bad, you get disciplined. When in actuality, it's just an action. One, you're probably just expressing an emotion that you are feeling, and your emotions are communicating things with you, right? So when you're in a relationship with someone, right, and someone cheats on you, and you feel, let's say the emotion that pops up is angry, that's because your body is expressing that you are uncomfortable. You have your energetic body has been placed in some sort of disease, some sort of discomfort. So you are expressing that through anger. Our emotions are just communicating what our bodies are feeling. And the more we lean into that, and the more we understand that, and the emotions are not good or bad and just methods of communication, the further we can advance, the further we can step into our power, because now we know how we are communicating with ourselves, because that is how the soul is connected to the mind is connected to the body. And I'm gonna say that again, the soul is connected to the mind is connected to the body. That's how it works. That's how the hierarchy of a human experience works. And you have fully grasped the idea and concept of the human experience. Congratulations, baby. You about to graduate Earth School, because look at here. This is what they didn't want you to remember. This is why they didn't want you to awaken. That's why spiritual awakenings are demonized so much, because you can't be controlled. You can't be stopped. You are an infinite being. You are an infinite being destined for infinite abundance. And the more you step in that light, baby, the Two of Cups. Yeah, I feel like Spirit is like creating with you. You are realizing that you are in a relationship with the universe. You are in a relationship with the universe. Yeah, we have the Ten of Swords come out. You're coming from a place where you're realizing that the only opinion that matters is yours. Like, the only opinion that matters is yours. Like, you're operating, the universe knows your heart. You're operating from love. And as long as you do that, like, you don't got nothing to worry about, baby. You ain't got not a dang one thing to worry about, okay? A message for me. It's such a reflection for me, too. I love how spirit works. Because, you know, I do readings on here, but I don't always show up as authentically because I still have a fear of being judged, you know? Like, I feel like the people who know me in real life, I feel like when they watch my videos, they're probably like, what the heck is she talking about? Like, you know, what is all this like spiritual woo-woo stuff? But it's just open heart, receptive, empathy, and vulnerable. Yeah, like I feel like it's time for us to show up as our most authentic self. It is time to stop hiding. Like, y'all, when I'm on here, I am just as afraid as being authentic as the next person. But I know in my heart it feels right and I am on the right path. And those synchronicities and signs and magic in my life has been telling me that I'm on the right path. Even though my mind is trying to say, no, you're on the wrong path because of the things that I'm consuming and the things that I'm watching. And that's why it's so important to do the mindfulness work, because we're programmed that this is wrong. But when I tell you, the more you show up authentically, the easier life gets, the more blessings happen, the more miracles happen, the more you are aware of them and you witness them. Yo, it's get in alignment with your blessings. It is time. It is time. Running, yes, run towards your blessings, run towards your miracles. Like, even with the orbs here on the card, like, I feel like they're running towards the miracles in their life, and I feel like that is what spirit wants you to do. That's what it is time to do. You feel something pulling at you. You feel it. You feel in the deep down in your soul, in your heart. You feel it. Stop judging your desires and just go to it. Divine feminine. Divine feminine. You can't even see it, but that's what it says. Divine feminine. Run to it. Be receptive. Receive. Open to receive. Let your pride get out the way. You are trapped by your pride. You are trapped by your ego. So it's an ego. Settle down. Settle down. All right? Shoot, your spiritual ego needs to settle down. Your physical ego needs to settle down. Yeah, confess to yourself. Like, I feel like you really need to. We have a full moon coming up on the 12th. I believe it's on February 12th. It's really important to release anything that you feel like is holding you back. Release any negative mindset. Release any self-doubt, any fear. Like, admit the things to yourself that you don't want to admit. Like, there's so many things that we are probably like embarrassed of in our past that comes like back to like childhood and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, as soon as you confront it and embody those emotions, like, it's going to be a lot to carry. It's a lot to handle. I'm not going to say that it's not, because all those emotions that you were trying to numb yourself to, you were trying to escape out of your reality, you were trying to forget even happening. You have to integrate those emotions so you can heal through them. That's the easiest way I can say it. And if you haven't watched the OA, I highly suggest watching the OA all the way through season 2. I'm so mad they ended it. But if you hear, you'll understand about how when she has to feel again through her body's emotions to connect her spirit to the body, magic starts to happen. Okay, so I'm gonna just leave it there. Bottom of the deck, nourish yourself, self-growth, self-focus, soul finding. Yes, if you have made it to the end of this video, you are on the right path. And give yourself compassion and grace, because it's a lot of emotions, but heal through those emotions. And I highly suggest getting you some rose quartz. Okay, I'm actually coming out with a spray for you guys, so stay tuned for that. Yeah, I love you guys. I hope this message came out clear and concise, because it was a lot. Okay, have a great day.